How to get useful results from ChatGPT without overprompting. If you have ever spent more time fixing ChatGPT output than using it, this video is for you. You write a long detailed prompt and still get something generic or unfocused. That is usually not because you gave too little direction. It is because you gave too much. And the real cost is not bad output. It is the time you waste cleaning it up. The problem: why overprompting backfires. Most creators assume better results come from adding more instructions, more rules, more context, more examples, more constraints. It feels careful. It feels responsible. But when you overload a prompt, ChatGPT stops responding to your core intent and starts trying to satisfy every instruction equally. So the output becomes longer than you need, more cautious than useful, generic instead of specific, and often harder to edit than to just start over. This is the core principle. Here is the single idea that fixes most prompting problems. Give ChatGPT one clear job at a time. Not a system, not a strategy, not a perfect brief. Just one job. When the model knows exactly what it is supposed to produce, the quality improves immediately. Here is a before and after example. The overprompted version. I want you to act as a professional content strategist and YouTube expert. Write a YouTube video script that is engaging, SEO optimized, highly structured, emotionally compelling, and designed to maximize retention. The audience is creators and entrepreneurs. Use a friendly but authoritative tone. Include a hook, examples, frameworks, and actionable steps. Avoid jargon. Keep it concise but detailed. Make sure it is unique and original. What usually comes back looks like this: a long introduction, vague advice, repetitive structure, lots of filler, trying to satisfy every instruction. You end up trimming most of it. Here is the simplified version. Write a 2 to 3 minute YouTube script explaining why overprompting ChatGPT leads to worse results. Keep it practical and conversational. Now notice what changes. The response is tighter. The point stays focused. The tone is usable. And editing becomes minimal instead of exhausting. Why the second prompt works better. That simplified prompt does 3 things, and only 3 things. It defines the output. It names the topic. It sets a light tone constraint. That is it. No role-playing, no performance pressure, no competing instructions. The model finally has room to think instead of trying to obey everything at once. Follow this practical guidance. When you write a prompt, start with only the following: the format you want, the specific task, one quality constraint such as short, clear, or practical. In most cases, that is enough. This is what to remove and cut these by default. Act as an expert. Long role descriptions, multiple tone instructions, promises about optimization or performance. If it does not change the first draft, it does not belong in the first prompt. When do you stop prompting? Stop adding instructions when the following are true. You can clearly imagine the output. You know what you would edit if it is slightly off. The task feels obvious to a human. At that point, hit enter. You can always refine after you see something real. Here is the bottom line. Before you send your next prompt, do this one check. Ask yourself the following question: if I had to explain this task to a human in one sentence, what would I say? Use that sentence as your prompt. Then iterate only if you need to. In closing, on your next prompt, try removing half the instructions and see what happens. Let ChatGPT do one job well instead of 10 jobs poorly. That is where useful output actually starts.